We are Team Earth Eternals, Team 2 of the World's Smart STEM Challenge 2023. Team Earth Eternals is made up of Presbyterian Boys Secondary School from Ghana and Meridian High School from the US. Presbyterian Boys Secondary School is a public school situated in Legon, a suburb in Accra, whose residents are mostly government workers and students.
Hi, Meridian High School is a public international baccalaureate school in Falls Church, Virginia, just outside of Washington, D.C.
The Falls Church community and the Legon community produce waste plastics, especially PET plastic bottles, in very large quantities and at a very high rate, although the recycling rate for plastics is extremely low. For example, in the US, a new Green Place reports puts the US national recycling rate for plastics at a sinking 5% of the 51 million tons of plastic waste produced. And according to a World Economic Forum article, Ghana generates approximately 840,000 tons of plastic waste per year, and approximately 9.5% of that is collected for recycling. The waste PET plastic bottles litter our environment and choke drainage systems. Also, the traditional method of the disposal of waste PET plastic bottles by incineration or burning pose health hazards to the members of our community and contribute to global warming.
We created a plastic recycling system to help the Presbyterian and Falls Church communities recycle plastic by converting PET plastic bottles into 3D filament, which will then be used to produce educational materials using a 3D printer. We looked at processes that could be feasibly implemented in both the United States and Ghana. We researched existing solutions and brainstormed how to make it easier to use on a small scale. We decided to cut plastic bottles into strips before feeding it through a heat source and nozzle. This would soften the plastic enough to shape it into filament. We then worked on automating the process so that it would be more efficient.
This is an illustration of our prototype. In operation, the system is initially set up by manually cutting a continuous strand of the bottle and passing it under the blade through the extruder and onto the spool. The extruder is then switched on for some time to get heated, after which the motor is also switched on. As the motor pulls, the blade slices the bottle into strands, which gets molded by the hot extruder into 3D filaments and rolled onto the spool automatically.
The concept is very, very laudable, because here those of us in the Presec community will appreciate the use of plastics and recycling of plastics, and for students seeing that plastics can be recycled and be used as teaching aids, that they will benefit. It is something that will really, really change their perception about plastic waste.